Hey there. Whether you're in your 50s, early 60s, or just peeking into this phase of life, welcome. You've likely seen and done a lot by now. Built a career, raised kids, maybe even buried some dreams. But what if I told you the next decade or two could be the most freeing, meaningful, and powerful part of your life? We've spent over 15 years working with people in their 60s and 70s for the last decade and a half. And when we asked them what they would tell their 50-year-old self if they could go back, what advice they'd give before retirement hit like a freight train, this is what they said. There are 10 powerful lessons they give. Number 7, that one stung. It's something I'm still grappling with today, even after hearing a 70-year-old tell me, "Don't do what I did." A lot of people fall into that trap, but guess what? It's not too late for you. Be aware of the 3 stages of life and the magical 4th one. Let me ask you something. Have you ever thought about life in stages? Not decades, but stages? We usually break it down like this. Stage 1, 20s, 30s. You've got energy, you've got time, but let's be honest, you don't have much money. Stage 2, 40s, 50s. You've got a bit of money, you've still got your health, but now time becomes scarce. Careers peak. Kids need everything. You're sandwiched between responsibilities. Stage 3, 70s and beyond. You've got time. You may have some financial stability, but now health becomes the wild card. But, and this is big, there's a magical 4th stage that almost nobody talks about. It sneaks in during your 50s and 60s. This is the sweet spot. You still have your health. You've probably built some financial cushion. And maybe, just maybe, you finally have some time for yourself. This is your moment, yet most people miss it. They say, "I'll travel after retirement. I'll hike more next year. I'll reconnect with friends once the house is quiet." And before they know it, the window closes. A knee goes bad. A parent falls ill. Energy dips. So, don't delay the adventure. That dream trip, that hobby you shelved for decades, that book you said you'd write, start now. The magical window won't last forever. Don't forget the 3 types of time. Let's zoom in a little. We often break our time into 2 categories. Work time, family and social obligations. But there's a 3rd category that's just as vital, and it often gets left behind. Renewal time. What do I mean by that? Renewal time is when you're doing something for the sheer joy of it. Something that fills your tank instead of draining it. For one client in his mid-50s, it was rediscovering rock climbing. He said, "I realized it gave me a bigger sense of identity than my entire career ever did." That stuck with me. Imagine your life as a pie chart. If work once took up 60% and family 30%, what fills that space now as you move away from work? Let it be you. Let it be passions, curiosity, exploration. Ask yourself, what do I do that makes me feel alive? It's time to give that side of you some real estate again. It's okay to say no more often. Here's something freeing. At this point in life, you've earned the right to say no. In your 20s and 30s, saying yes opened doors. New jobs, new people, new opportunities. But now, saying no is what protects your peace. Say no to social events that drain you, work demands that no longer serve your purpose, people who take but never give. No is not selfish, no is strategic. Because every time you say no to something that doesn't serve you, you're saying yes to something that does. Joy, rest, health, presence. It's all on the other side of no. Time is infinitely more valuable than money. Let me be blunt here. Time is not money. Time is far more valuable. Money can be saved, invested, multiplied. Time, once it's gone, it's gone. No refund, no rollover. And here's the catch. Many of us spend decades trying to make money, only to realize too late that we traded the most precious thing we had for it. Time with family, time for ourselves, and time to breathe. If you're in your 50s, you're standing at a crossroads. The habits, decisions, and mindset you adopt now will shape how the next 30 years unfold. Ask yourself, what am I spending my time on? Does it align with who I want to become or who I want to remember myself as? Because time isn't just passing, it's your life being spent. Slow down time by extending health span. Here's a simple truth. You can't buy more years, but you can make the years you have better. What do I mean? Health span, not just lifespan. You could live to 90, sure. But will you thrive to 90? Now is the time, your 50s, your early 60s, to build habits that stretch the quality of your years. It's not about training for marathons or turning into a gym rat. It's about walking regularly, lifting weight once or twice a week, getting quality sleep, eating to nourish, not just to satisfy. Small, consistent actions. Science backs it up. People who stay active and mobile into their 70s and beyond live more independently, with less pain and more joy. Your future self will thank you for every walk you take today. Buy back time by outsourcing tasks. Here's a thought. What if money could buy time? Not in a sci-fi way, but practically. You can literally buy back your time by outsourcing the tasks that drain you. Do you hate mowing the lawn? Do you dread oil changes or cleaning gutters? Is power washing your driveway a weekend killer? Then don't do it. One of our clients said, I paid $50 to have someone deep clean my patio and bought myself 3 hours. That's 3 hours I spent hiking with my granddaughter. That's the magic. You're not just saving time, you're reinvesting it into what matters, into people, into passions, into rest. Bonus? You're supporting someone else's income. Everyone wins. So ask yourself, what are the chores that frustrate you most? Could someone else do them? If yes, give yourself permission to delegate. You're not being lazy. You're being smart with your life energy. The status game trap. All right, this one, it hits hard. Let's talk about the status game. You know what I mean, those shiny symbols of success. The luxury car, the high-end watch, the designer suit. Many of us, especially in our 50s, get caught chasing these things, not because we truly need them, but because they signal something. Success, relevance, power. But here's the honest truth. It's a trap. A really expensive one. I had a retired client who finally bought the Porsche he'd always dreamed of. Gorgeous machine. And after a month, he quietly admitted, it felt good for 2 weeks. Now it just feels like a car. Why do we fall for it? We want validation, proof that we made it. We compare, if he has one, maybe I should too. We're scared. Scared that stepping away from work makes us invisible. But the fulfillment? It's usually fleeting. Here's what that same client told me, and I'll never forget it. If you want the experience, rent it first. Drive the luxury car for a week. Stay in the fancy resort for a weekend. Test the joy before you commit the money. And most of all, ask yourself, Am I buying this out of joy or fear? Retirement expenses often spike, not drop. There's a myth we need to bust. Once I retire, I'll spend less. This is the spoiler. No, you won't, at least not at first. In fact, for many people, expenses go up in the first few years of retirement. We call them the go-go years. You're finally free, finally able to travel, dine out, take that long postponed safari. Bucket lists come out. And with them, credit cards. One couple I worked with planned for $10,000 a month in expenses. Thought it was more than enough. But within 6 months of retirement, between trips, upgrades, and new hobbies, they blew past it. It's not wrong to spend, it's your time, but you've got to plan for it. Here's the advice. Start tracking your expenses now. Don't wait for retirement. Use a tool like a simple spreadsheet. Understand where your money's going and stress test your retirement plan for those high-spending early years. It's not about limiting joy, it's about sustaining it. Track expenses now for a smoother retirement. Let's stay on money for a second. If you want peace of mind in retirement, here's one of the simplest and most overlooked moves. Start tracking your spending now. Not guessing, not estimating. Actually tracking. Because here's the deal. What you think you spend and what you actually spend are usually very different. That's where tools like Spreadsheet come in. They categorize everything automatically: groceries, travel, takeout, subscriptions you forgot you even had. Why does this matter? Because real data beats guesswork, every time. And when you've got a clear picture of your spending today, you can build a retirement plan that actually fits your lifestyle, not one based on wishful thinking. Retirement isn't just about stopping work, it's about sustaining joy. And clarity with your finances is one of the best gifts you can give yourself. Prioritize the 3 C's, especially connection. Let me share a story. One of our clients retired at 55, sharp guy, financially set. But within a year, something unexpected happened. He felt lonely, disconnected, lost. So he did something simple but powerful. He made a list of people he'd lost touch with: high school friends, old colleagues, a neighbor from a past city. He reached out. One call turned into two into a meetup. Before long, he had a crew again. He told me it felt like no time had passed. He didn't just stop there. He joined a local rock climbing club, then a book group, then started mentoring younger professionals once a week. That's what we call the 3 C's. Connection, deepening or rekindling real relationships. Community, surrounding yourself with like-minded people. Contribution, giving back, mentoring, teaching, creating. These aren't just fluffy ideas. They're your emotional infrastructure for retirement. Don't wait until the day after your last work meeting to start building them. Start now. Reach out, reconnect, re-engage. Because it's not the big house or the luxury cruise that gives retirement its richness. It's the people and purpose you carry with you. Don't just retire from something. Retire to something. This might be the most important advice in the entire video. A lot of people say, "I can't wait to retire." They imagine peace, sleep, golf, travel, no meetings, no alarm clocks, and that's great for a while. But after a few months, many hit a wall. They go from stressed to restless. Because here's the thing. We don't just need rest, we need meaning. So before you retire, ask yourself, what am I retiring to? What did you love doing in your teens or 20s that you haven't touched in decades? Was it painting, coaching, fixing old cars, writing poetry? What lights you up that isn't tied to money? Don't wait until retirement to start rediscovering those passions. Start now, while the spark is still easy to find. Build your future around something that excites you, not just something that lets you sleep in. Final challenge: grab a coffee and reflect. Before we wrap this up, I've got one challenge for you. Take 10 minutes. Sit down, reflect. Ask yourself, which of these points hit home for me the most? What's one small step I can take this week, just one, to align with the future I want? Maybe it's scheduling that long postponed doctor visit. Maybe it's saying no to something that drains you. Maybe it's calling an old friend. Maybe it's buying that journal and writing down what you want the next 10 years to feel like. Your 50s and 60s, this is the golden triangle of health, time, and money. Don't waste it chasing status. Don't delay joy. You've got more power, wisdom, and freedom than you probably give yourself credit for. If you made it to the end, thank you. I hope at least one of these ideas gave you a fresh perspective or a little nudge in the right direction. I'd love to hear from you. What's one lesson you've learned in your 50s or 60s that you wish you knew sooner? Drop it in the comments so others can learn too. And if you found this helpful, consider subscribing. We talk real life, real experiences, and real conversations here because you deserve more than just retirement talk. You deserve purpose, connection, and joy. Until next time, take care of yourself. And remember, it's never too late to start living fully.